Hey everyone, and welcome to another Star Wars Games update, where we bring you all of the latest and greatest in Star Wars gaming news. So while last week was kinda slow in the Star Wars gaming space, things have surprisingly picked up by quite a bit this week, as we've got a lot to talk about, both with the news of Battlefront 2 getting a new small patch this week, the Old Republic releasing a new CGI cinematic trailer since what it feels like forever now, Star Wars The Force Unleashed coming to the Nintendo Switch, and Hunters revealing a new mode and characters. Along with this, we'll also quickly summarize the other news that did come out last week, which, like always, we'll go over that first, get it out of the way. And before we get into any of that, a quick reminder that if you do like these type of videos, then be sure to give it a like to show your support for this update series and the content within it. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Capital Games last week released a new character for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, being the ninth sister from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, who comes in to aid the second sister. The ninth sister belongs to the dark side, tank, leader, Imperial, Inquisitor, and unaligned Force user categories. And as you'd expect by looking at her, she's gonna be used as a tanky character, where she applies Purge as her basic ability and uses it to damage her enemies over time, while also able to heal herself as well. Overall, her kit design plays heavily into the idea that the ninth sister was an almost unstoppable force, and the way that she interacts with the Purge mechanic furthers her and her team's ability to survive and complete their mission, which is, of course, to purge the galaxy of Jedi scum. To celebrate the finale of the Book of Boba Fett, Fortnite have added two new skins from the series in Fennec Shand and Black Chrysanthemum. Fennec will get a Mythosaur Signet back bling that is included with her outfit, as well as a symbol of the Mandalorians. Now, what exactly Fennec has to do with the Mythosaur and Mandalorians, don't ask me, but apparently Fortnite knows something that we don't. In addition to that, she also gets her very own ship glider that is based off her ship design from the Bad Batch series. Meanwhile, sturdy and armored, the black-furred Wookiee Chrysanthemum joins her to help enforce Boba's criminal empire in Fortnite. While not getting as much extras as Fennec does, Santo will get a Hutt clan symbol back bling that comes included with his outfit. And I gotta say, I'm really surprised they, for whatever reason, opted to not add Cad Bane. You know, considering he's basically become one of the most popular characters in the series despite getting barely any screen time. Although, considering this is Fortnite after all, then it feels like something they'll maybe eventually add over time, because why not? The Nintendo Switch is getting yet another new Star Wars game port, and this time it's an interesting one. As Star Wars The Force Unleashed is coming to the Switch and will be released on April 20th. Now, I know what you're thinking. The Force Unleashed? Yeah, I played that. This is nothing new. Why would I pay money for a game that I've already played countless times? And sure, I think it's pretty safe to say that a majority of people have already played The Force Unleashed on the PS3, Xbox 360, or PC. But the version that the Switch is getting will be different than those, as it will be specifically a port of the Wii version of the game, which for the most part contained different levels and even a whole new mode called Duel Mode, which is actually a pretty unique multiplayer fighter kinda mode that feels inspired directly from a little game called Star Wars Terras Kasi, and yes, it even has Mara Jade as a playable character in there too. So I'd say even though if you've played Force Unleashed before on the other console versions, but have a Switch, then you might want to definitely give this version a try to experience the game in a totally different way. Besides, who doesn't want a Star Wars fighter game mode on the go? Okay, let's now get into the news for this week, like Star Wars The Old Republic on Tuesday dropping a brand new CGI trailer called This Order. This game has no doubt been known for delivering some truly beautiful and outstanding CGI trailers in the past. And while it's been some time since they've put out an expensive and grand-looking trailer, this new one is no exception in terms of quality. Produced and created by ILM, this one feels exactly like all the other ones we've got before, but maybe a little bit different, as we get probably the most narrative-driven Old Republic cinematic trailer right here. As when you look at all the other older trailers, then they don't have nearly as much dialogue, at least nowhere near the amount that this one has. It's like watching a Star Wars animated movie and not even thinking that it's for a game, because you can really just enjoy it for itself, for what it is. Because even if you have absolutely no interest in the Old Republic or its new expansion that's coming out, which this trailer is directly made for, then even so, as a Star Wars fan, you'll no doubt still find plenty of enjoyment in this fantastic trailer alone. While still in its soft launch for preparation for a full release later this year, Star Wars Hunters on Tuesday introduced some new content that's coming for the game. First, Hunters is getting 2 new support characters added in with Skora and Sprocket. Skora is a Rodane chemistry genius. She'll be able to shoot stims through her dart gun to auto-heal her teammates, while her enemies she shoots poison to slowly deplete their health. Based strictly on her description, she's basically the character you want to go if you're more of a fan of the scum and villainy part of the game. Sprocket, on the other hand, is a Mon Calamari whiz kid who uses a medical droid to gradually heal his teammates, but he in turn can also deploy a turret which targets and damages nearby enemies. In general, if you're on the other team and you see Sprocket deploy something, then run. Unless you want to deal with Sprocket, his teammates, and a turret. Which, let's be real, you probably don't want to. In addition to some new maps being added in as well, a new mode was also introduced called Huttball, which actually pays homage to the Huttball found in Star Wars The Old Republic. In the Hunters version, 2 teams will face off on a special battlefield dotted with traps and other environmental components, with the goal of grabbing the ball and bringing it over the enemy team's line. And sure, this might sound close to a regular capture the flag mode, but in Huttball, you can also pass the ball around, which in turn makes it closer to an actual sport than anything. And if you like sports and Star Wars like I do, then you might want to give this a try when Star Wars Hunters comes out later this year. Last but not least, believe it or not, we've got yet another new patch for the PC version of Star Wars Battlefront 2. As after attempting to fix the exploitative mess last week that was the online multiplayer for the game, DICE did rather well in putting out a server-side patch to help curve all of that in an effort to push out all the cheaters and hackers out. And don't get me wrong, while it did help a lot, it wasn't perfect, as there were some exploits and bugs still left in the game that really needed to be taken care of. Like I said in my last news video, I figured they would get that done via a client patch eventually. However, considering it takes more work to roll out a client patch as they do need to get approved first by Steamworks, not to mention the risk of it also breaking the current mod support, which is understandably something the community hoped DICE would try to avoid, and it looks like thankfully they did, as we got yet another server-side patch on Tuesday, solving the remainder of the issues that were left in the online multiplayer, well, 99% of them. The new patch sees some more exploits get fixed that the previous server-side patch missed, as well fixes a bug with Starfighter Assault where the attacking team never lost tickets after their ships would get shot down, so it was pretty much impossible for the defending team to ever win a game. Although, fortunately, this glitch is no more. But alas, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, as the Galactic Assault phase skip exploit still remains untouched. And this is mainly because that actually requires a client patch to fix. And like I explained before, that's not something DICE are very eager to do. Nor is the community, well, the mod players, really interested in seeing that happen. So considering the chances of us now getting that just to fix one exploit is, well, not very likely as it was, say, last week. But then again, these days, who knows, as who a month ago would have thought DICE would have pushed out 2 back-to-back patches for Battlefront 2? Can't say I did, but we'll just have to wait and see. And that will do it for this Star Wars Games update. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but to keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.